Super Putty. For me, just saying the name gives me nightmares of endless nights desperately trying to beat the game, to no avail. It is one of the hardest games I have ever come across, and to this day, 12 years since I first got it, I still haven't beaten it. It is that difficult. Now, a little background info about the game. It was released in 1992 for the Amiga, a system that I never cared for, or ever really wanted, or ever really knew it existed until maybe a year or two ago. But it was re-released for the Super Nintendo in North America under the name Super Putty, and in Japan for the Super Famicom under the name Putty Moon. Now, why they changed the title, I have no idea, but for North America's title, I have a good idea. A good idea. Not the idea, but a good idea. And that is that most, or many, of the games on the Super Nintendo had a little super in their titles as a gimmick to match up with the system's name, because the system was the Super Nintendo. And this happened with games like Super Metroid, Super Star Wars, and everyone's favorite, Super Castlevania 4. So, no argument there. So, now that we've got that settled, let's pop this crack addict baby in.
So, the basic gist of the game is that you control a blue wad of mobile, anthropomorphic putty. Whether it's silly putty or bouncy putty or whatever the hell kind of putty they sold back then is up to you. Now the first thing I want to talk about is the main plot. According to Wikipedia, Putty Moon, the place where all the putties live, has been taken over by an evil wizard named Dazzledaze. Putty has been banished from the moon to the planet below. To return to Putty Moon and oust the evil wizard, Putty enlists the help of some robots, bots, to build a skyscraper that will reach up to Putty Moon. So there are a few things we can decipher from this. First, there's a fucking planet full of these blue fuckers, and secondly, System 3 has no creativity. Dazzledaze? Really? That's the name of the evil wizard? You might as well call Aghanim Swirlbuckle or something along those lines. But despite the hilarious storyline and character names, we had this basic plot. Putty, who is controlled by the player, has to go around collecting these things called bots. Depending on the level you're playing, there's a set number of bots you have to collect in each level, and you can only hold one at a time. To complete a level, you have to take each bot to a spaceship at the top of the level. Yes, folks, it's a vertical scroller. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how does a wad of putty collect bots? Well, in this game, the answer is simple, my friends. He swallows them. He fucking swallows them. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, it doesn't even look like he's swallowing them. To swallow something, you stand in front of it and press down on the D-pad. This makes Putty flatten out, and whatever was behind him seems to dissolve into him, which I guess is him swallowing whatever it is. You can swallow enemies too, but not if you're right in front of them. Obviously that would hurt you, and nobody wants that. So, my recommendation is to do this, stand at a safe distance and wait for them to walk or hop or whatever the hell is their mode of transportation into you while you're flat. You won't get hurt, they'll just disappear into your blue puttyish abyss. When you get to the spaceship with a bot in your inventory, or rather, your stomach, really, press down in front of it to virtually vomit the bot up and into the ship. Sounds fun, eh, kids? Vomiting robots, it's a new hit sensation. Super Putty. Vomiting robots, that's all it is. When you complete a level, you go to the next, obviously, and the cycle repeats until either you change the basic area you're in, or until you beat the game, and usually the former happens more often. The controls are alright, but a few things are messy. I already talked about pressing down to flatten out. You obviously use the D-pad to move. If you hold A while using the D-pad, Putty stretches in the direction you're heading, and it makes for quicker travel and stupid-looking fun. It also helps at those times when you're lazy and don't feel like waiting the extra second for Putty to gain momentum during a jump to a platform right above him. However, the stretch and jump are restricted somewhat because Putty can't stretch or jump through steel girders. Not a big problem. You jump with B, basic for a Super Nintendo game. If you repeatedly tap X, Putty inflates like a balloon, and after enough time, he'll explode and take out all the enemies on the screen. This comes in handy if you have significantly low health and don't want to take the risk of going into melee combat with any enemies. The only problem is, it drains your fucking health. Well, System 3, thanks very much. You know, I'd love to, hurt my enemies and get my health drained. Oh, and did I say melee combat before? Oh yes, I forgot to mention that Putty has an ability to punch the shit out of his enemies. Now let's think, folks. This is a Super Nintendo game, right? So what button on the controller would be most suited for attack? Well, I'm thinking, Y? But of course not! This game breaks the fucking boundaries and makes your basic attack L and R. L to punch to the left, and R to punch to the right. How back-ass is that? Why not just have you press Y while walking in the direction you want to punch? Why would you make me have to use the shoulder buttons for a basic attack? I know it's only a minor problem and it's not too bad, but I'm a gamer, so I look into everything. There are two different types of enemy deaths. The first is the basic death. You hit him, he's dead. The second is not so basic. You hit an enemy and it turns into either some kind of hopping bug spring thing, or my favorite, a baby. A friggin' baby. Now here's the thing about babies. If you're gonna hit an enemy that turns into a baby, you've got two options from there. You can swallow the baby, which now doesn't seem too odd to me because I've been playing this game for years and years, but I'm sure you could get some kind of Christian fundamentalist to hate you if you play this game. Or you can leave it there, and after a few seconds, it'll fucking explode. But here's the catch. When it explodes, some asshole cat pops out of the fucking screen and yells, "Too bad, just missed him," and then cackles like a fucking idiot for the next second and a half. Speaking of enemies, holy fuck there's a lot of them. I've said it to my friends, you can be the greatest gamer in all of gamerdom, and there is still no chance of you dodging every attack in this game. You will get hit, you will cry, and you will want to kill yourself. Look at this, it's fucking gang rape. Look at this here. What the hell am I supposed to do? I'm flat, so I'm dodging his attack, but he's continuously shooting at me. So if I get up, I'll get my ass handed to me. I have to get up to continue the stage, but I can't get up because I'll get my ass handed to me. I don't want to get my ass handed to me because if I get my ass handed to me, I can't continue the stage, but I can't continue the stage because I'm flat and I have to get up. What the hell am I supposed to do? There are also items you can swallow to give you more points, and also ones you can swallow to give you special powers like these teeth over here. They let you swallow the bigger, unhittable enemies like this orc thing and this hot dog. The music is catchy and fun to hum along to. Take a listen.
So there you have it, Super Putty. A game that even 12 years after I first got it, I still can't beat. It's just too difficult. If anyone out there has beaten this game, please tell me. I will worship you for long, long, long periods of time. It ate my mom's weekends when I was a kid because she used to help me. It ate my sister's weekends when I was a kid because she used to help me. Sometimes it ate my dad's weekends, and even though he's not as big into video games as I am, or my mom was, or my sister was, he still used to try and help because I would complain for hours on end that I couldn't beat this game. That's how difficult it was. But most importantly, it ate my weekends when I was a kid because I used to try and stay up till all hours of the night just trying to beat this game. I still can't do it. And if I ever do, I think that as an homage to this video, I will post some kind of celebration. But until then, I'll have new videos coming out soon, more reviews, more video game related things. They may not all be reviews, but hell, whatever. Anyway, this is Matt Breslau, signing off, GameZap. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any comments or questions, let me know.